Hi everyone, it's Tammy with the Frou-frou Studio, and welcome back. Today we're going to do the 50 Stack Challenge 3, which is a weekly challenge that is hosted by Amy with Crafty Cat. And each week she draws 2 prompts, and you're to make 2 pieces of ephemera using those prompts. And this is her 3rd challenge in this little series, and I did hear this week that she will be doing a 4th one. She'll start it after the first of the year, so if you did not join in on this one, please check her out in January, and she will be coming out with her new challenge, 50 Stack Challenge. And I watched her video on Monday, and Amy, for one, I am excited about your plans for that, so I hope you do decide to go that way. I think it sounds like a lot of fun. Anyway, we're going to get started with this week's prompts, and like I said, she has a playlist on her channel that shows all the previous weeks, and I have a playlist on my channel that shows all my makes for all 3 challenges. Actually, I didn't do a separate playlist, so they're all in there together. So this week's prompts were wood and an elf or funny character. So we're going to start with wood, and what I came up with for that one is I'm going to make like a little notebook kind of thing that you can stick in a journal, and it's going to have some scrap paper in it to keep notes on or whatever. And I am going to use this wood grain scrapbook paper, which is by Mente, and I think it's called Backgrounds number something. Hold on, I'll look. If I can find it here. Right behind me. It's this one. Basic Book 12, Backgrounds Floral Wood. And you can see the whole thing is just wood grain patterns with different kinds of like stencils on the top. I love this book. The pages are 4 by 12 and 4 by 12, 6 by 8. And you get 12 designs and 4 copies of each one. Okay? So, that's what I'm using. And I got mine at a local scrapbook store. So, I'm not familiar with who online carries Mente papers. But I'm sure you can search it and come up with a place. Or you might have a scrapbook store near you that has them. I'm going to round the corners just because I think it will look more like a notebook if I do that. So I'm going to do that. And then I am going to, on the outside, I'm going to use this frame, which is also a Mente book, and it's just called Frames or something like that, Vintage Frames. But the whole book, it's just frames that you can cut out and use. And I love that one as well. And actually, I'm going to use frayed burlap to go around this frame because I think it will match this background color better. This color. And I'm just going to ink around it. And we're just going to decorate the front of this, and then on the inside we're going to put a little stack of papers that we can put some notes on, and we're going to put a pocket in there with a little tag. And I think it's going to turn out real cute. Kind of get some ink on there a little bit. There we go. All right, so there is our frame. And then for behind the frame, I have this piece of transparency that I had used to do some alcohol inks on. And it's got this really pretty deep green on it right here. And I think that kind of looks like a tree. You know, like an evergreen tree in the winter. And then I have this digital that I'm going to put behind it here. Kind of like this. So it looks like that little deer is coming out from behind some trees. And I thought that just kind of gave it a cool effect. So, and then I'm gonna kind of brace that up because I want to put these little girls, and I am gonna use Vintage Photo. To ink them up. And this was a digital as well, and I just fussy cut around it. And I'm sorry I can't name all these digitals. I've had some of these for a couple years, and I can't remember who I got them from. Alright, so I'm going to put the little girls right here. And then to bring in the green that I have here, I'm going to put this little green tag, which is Tim Holtz tag. It's normally very, very white, and I just put some antique linen. Distress oxide on it. And then I have this handmade paper, and it reminds me of snow. And so I'm going to put this kind of under their feet, like this, so that they're kind of standing on something, and it gives a little bit more texture. And then I have this label, which is from Shabby Dabby Doodah. And I put a rub-on on it that just has a little bit of greenery. It's actually some holly. And I wanted just another touch of green is why I did that. I'm going to trim this down just a little bit. It's got too much of a border on there for me. I hope everyone is doing well today. I'm doing okay. My back is still on the mend, but it is getting better, so I'm not near as concerned about it as I was. I do forget, though, every once in a while and stretch or reach for something and regret it immediately, but it is better. The rub-ons are this set, really cute, and I believe that this is $49 in Market, and I got these last Christmas, so I don't know if it's still available or not, but really good quality rub-on, and like I said, they're really cute. And I just took one of these little hollies like this right here and put it right there in the corner just so I'd have a little bit of green. So that's the plan, Stan. So let's get all of this glued down, and then we will move on to the inside. So I'm gonna take all this off and put all this together first. And y'all may think I'm crazy when I say that alcohol ink looks like a tree, but to me, that's what I see as a tree, so we're going with it. Haven't used my glue today yet, so it's gonna be all pouty. Okay. That may not. Let me check and make sure that's where I want that before I commit. Yeah, I think that's good. And then we'll just trim it down. So yeah, if this transparency worked out really well to do alcohol inks on, and it does dry on there. And so, you know, if you do use something like this to put your inks on, save it, because you do get quite a cool little blob of stuff that you can use different parts of on different things. Alright, so now I'm gonna glue my little deer on here. Before I press it all the way down, make sure I get it straight and where I want it. Okay, now we can put this, and I'm going to leave, it's not going to be totally centered because I want the deer to show. So if I line it up with that line up there, I think we'll be good. So we'll put this down. Okay, now I'm going to put my snow down here next. Which again is just paper. It's like handmade paper. But it's real fuzzy. Alright, so this needs to go next. this one. He wants to go here. Alright, now we can glue our girls down. And this is just on regular copy paper. I didn't feel like it needed anything stronger than that. Alright, so there's our outside, and I'm going to ink around this with frayed burlap. I'm not going to put anything on the back, I don't think. Any kind of decoration or anything. Okay, so there's our outside. That's pretty cute. So now for the inside, I have a piece of winter. It's a winter journal that is on Creative Collage Club. And I had this scrap from it. And so I just kind of cut it and tore it. And then this is just some tea-dyed paper, coffee-dyed paper, and there's some like children's drawing paper. And I just did 4 sheets, I think. So there'll be 5 sheets total in my little notebook. So I'm going to just staple that together. With my tiny attacher, and then I think I'll just put a piece of washi tape or something across the top. Like that. And let's see what kind of washi I have here close by. That one's got some green in it. Just gonna put that across the top like that. Cover my staples, and then we're going to put it right here. I might need to trim off since I rounded the corners. I'm probably gonna have to trim those off a little bit at the bottom. Yep. Let's see if we can do them all at the same time. I could just tear them. Actually, I think I will just tear them. Let's see if we can do them all. Almost. There we go. Yep, that'll work. And so I'm going to, actually I'm going to put another piece of washi on this side as well, because that's what I'm going to use to glue it by. And I'm just going to glue it at the very top where the washi tape is. Better than that, I think I'm going to use some double-sided tape. As I grab 3 rolls of tape. Can we ever have enough tape? I don't think so. I have, the other day I was going to wrap presents, and of course was getting my Scotch tape, and it's like, oh my gosh, how many different kinds of tape do I have? Because you got your Scotch tape, and you got your masking tape, and you got your packing tape, and your double-sided tape. And then I have express mail tape from the post office. It's like tape everywhere. Same as glue. You would think one glue would do it, but no. Alright, I don't want to get it in that fold too much. Alright. So there we go. There's our little pad. And then over here, I'm going to put just a little pocket, and I'm going to use still a piece of that paper, but I put some manila folder on the back of it to make it a little stronger, so it would be a good sturdy pocket. And I'm trying to decide, do I want to put a notch? Oh, you know what? That reminds me. I'm glad that I thought of that, because I knocked my smaller circle than this, one smaller, into the trash can earlier, and I didn't get it out. I need to do that because I'll end up throwing it away. My back just didn't want to reach down there and get it at the moment that it happened. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're going to glue this pocket on this side. And then really quickly, I'm going to make a tag out of this other deer. It's just going to be a really simple tag to put down in the pocket, like that. I've got a piece of manila folder here, and we're just going to slap that baby on there. cut around it. Ink around it. Oh, I need to cut my angles first. And I think I'm going to round the corners of the bottom with a small 1/4 inch roundy. And I'm going to, sorry if I'm reaching in front of the camera, I can never tell. Hole reinforcer. And ink. Got one of the circles stuck on my table there. And what do I want to put in the, if I had some gray, something gray would look good. Oh, that's not the right box. I don't know if I have something gray in this little scrappy box. I may have to come back to that. Nope. Do I have that? This has gray on it. Maybe I'll get from when I did the little mittens. Get off there. Do I want that, or do I want these two? I'll do these two. Just to have a little something in there. I've got dots on my hands. I'll be glad when I get through these hole reinforcers and I can order something that doesn't have those little center dots in it, because they drive me crazy. Okay, so that's going to go in here like that. Cute. And then we've got our little notepad there. And there's our outside. And I do want to do white splatters, but I'm not going to do that while I'm fixing to work on the other one, because white splatters will end up all over everything. So now we're going to switch gears and we're going to have a totally different look on this one. I am not doing an elf, but I'm doing a funny character, and it is Jack Frost. And he is from a children's book, and so this is going to be a journaling card with a pocket. And so this is the picture that was on the page. of the book, and I backed it with some scrapbook paper, and then this is the wording that was on the book, and it talks about Jack Frost coming out. And I cut it a notch in it with my envelope punch for a card. So we're going to glue these two things on here first, and this is just black cardstock on the back, and it is black on both sides. If I decide when I go to put it in a journal that I'm going to want a removable journal card and not glue it down on the page, then I will put something that can be written on the back, like tea dye paper, coffee dye paper, something, lined paper, something like that. But I'm going to just leave it black at the moment, because if I glue the whole thing down on the page and say make it a pocket here or a pocket there, then I don't need anything on the back. I'm not going to ink this one. Not the these parts anyway, because they already have a really nice patina. You know, just naturally from the book being so old. And straight would be nice. Okay. So that's basically our journal card or pocket or whatever we're gonna do. Now I have this little girl or guy. Can't really tell from this. It could be either, actually. I'm thinking guy. It looks like he's got on shorts, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna put him here. So I have him, and I have this little piece of ruler, and I'm gonna put, wait, I think on this side is where I want it. And I have, again, some of this paper, and then I got some little stringy bits that are kind of sparkly and kind of fuzzy, that kind of remind me of, you know, frost and the sun reflecting off the frost. And I'm going to put them here. And then I'm going to take this number 5 and put that back there. May need to go over just a bit because I do want to see where it says Jack Frost. Right there. And then I have just this orange, and it's a orange spice black tea label off the tea bag, and I'm just using it for another pop of orange. So I'm going to make this kind of like a tuck, and I'm just going to use that to tuck down in there. Okay, so that's what we got for the outside. So I am going to ink these individual pieces, but I'm not going to ink like around the card or the book page or anything like that, because like I said, it's already got a really nice patina to it. So there's that. And it, I've gone back to the vintage photo for this. These numbers are from Tim Holtz. I got them a while back. I have not seen them lately, so I do not know if they are still available. And I like these tea bags because on the back they say stash. So really you could use the stash side or the orange side. We're just going to age it up a little bit to make it more appropriate with, or look like it fits in better with everything else. Give it a little crumble so it doesn't look so new. Okay, so let's get all this glued down. So that needs to be as close to that little tab as I can get it. Okay, and then let's glue down our little frosty pile here. It's sticking to me. Okay, and then figure out where my 5 needs to go. About right there. So if I put it right under frost, and I'm only going to glue this on the little bottom loopy part because I do want to be able to tuck that tea tag. In there. All right, and then we should have room for a little tea tag to go right down in there, like that. And cut this off just a little. Now let's make our tag real quick. All right, for the tag, this is just scrapbook paper, and I'm just going to double it up. And then I'm going to put some coffee dyed paper just to give it another thickness layer. right, and then this is also from the book, and it is from the, you know, like the next page. And it shows Jack Frost over, what is his name? Danny something. Or Donnie. It's either Danny or Donnie. And I have this little tab. So I'm going to glue the tab on first so that I can glue the picture over the top of the tab. And it's just a rectangle out of a scrap piece. Nothing special about it at all. Okay, now I glue this. I'm going to do it over here to the side on my glue book and hope that I don't rip it when I'm doing it. Okay, now I should have snipped corners, but I'm going to go by those little corners that are on the paper pattern right there, and that should make them even, and it does. And then I'm going to round the other two corners with the quarter inch round. That's what I'm saying. It's not a quarter round. Oh my goodness. I don't want to cut that because it's still wet. And ink around the edges. And then hopefully this will fit in this pocket. And it does. So there we go. There is our funny character, Jack Frost. So I'm happy with both of those today. Let's quickly, maybe quickly, let me see how long I've been gabbing. If I can get my pen and the glue. If we have time, I will do the splatters. If not, I will do them after we're done, and you can see it in the photo at the end. Let me see. Oh yeah, we got a second. So I'm just going to use some white gesso because I don't have anything on here that is a digital that would cause the gesso to not be the right color. And I've got my little plastic cup here. I'm just going to put a little gesso in there. Get the crud off the top of the bottle. And put a little water in it. Mix it up. A little bit more water. And this, I use this fan brush that I intentionally let dry out with gesso in it, so that it's a little bit stiffer. Because I feel like it does better splatter-wise. Let me get something to put down on my desk, or I will have splatters from here till, oh, not that one. Of course I could do it on that one too, but my idea was to do it on this one, so we'll do it on this one first. And I'm going to take a little piece of paper and put on the kiddo's face, and also on the deer face. So, now my intent is to kind of swoop it this way. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to hold it kind of up high because I don't want big O. See, they go everywhere except, and that is exactly what I did not want, is that big O blob. Wipe it quick. And actually these little girls are digitals, but they don't have any ink on them, on their, they don't have any ink, like distress ink, except around the edges, so I think it'll be alright. Alright, I'm going to try the skin, and we'll add a little bit more water. Some of it off before okay. See, it's dripping big old blobs instead of my, there we go. Now we got it. I just had too much paint. Alright. See why I moved the other card and put that on my desk? So messy. I'm so messy. Alright, so now if we take these pieces of paper off, I can grab that one. There we go. Alright, semi-successful. So we'll set that one over to the side. Now, do we want to put some on the other or not? Maybe just around her a little bit. Him, whichever it is. Maybe just like right across there. Scrap for his little face or her little face, whichever. it is. And then maybe just some right there. Alright, I think I'm good with that. So there we go. Despite my mess that I now have to clean up, I think we have successfully created this week's ephemera with the prompts. So we have wood, and we've got the wood grain paper in the back and our little notebook on the inside. And then we have our elf or funny character, and we've got Mr. Jack Frost. So hope you enjoyed that, guys. Enjoyed laughing at me making my mess. If we can't laugh at ourselves, you know, that's sad. Everyone should be able to laugh at themselves every once in a while. Alright, so I will see you guys back this weekend. I have been working on, I am behind, but I have been working on December Ember, and I think I have not done any videos yet. I've done a couple posts on Instagram, but I have not done any videos. And so I think this weekend's video will be doing a couple of makes for that, so that I can get back on track and be on schedule with that, because it is a lot of fun. And I usually do participate. I've just had some other things going, and I got a late start. And so, rather than doing videos from the beginning, I went ahead and did the makes, and then I'll do a couple videos this weekend to catch up, because they won't be doing any more prompts until Monday. So that'll give me a chance to catch up, and then going forward, I'll be able to keep up and stay on the right day, I hope. That's the plan anyway. So, until Sunday, I hope everybody has a great weekend, and I will see you guys then. Bye.